Good morning, good afternoon, good evening,
Morning.
whatever time it is that you're seeing this video. Welcome to our weekly Wednesday webinar series. This is brought to you by the A Better Life Together, Inc. Bridge Project. To learn more about the Bridge Project, just go on over to our website, abetterlifetogether.org, and click on Bridge Project. We are going to go over, people are still RSVPing. We are going to go over just a few housekeeping rules. I'm going to introduce the team for the Bridge Project, as well as our presenters for today. First and foremost, our fearless leader of the Bridge Project, Elizabeth Jackson. She's up in the right-hand corner of the right. Okay, and then we have Carmela. She's on this side. She is working with the Bridge Project as well as outreach. She's also being fearless out in the field. We are super excited today to have with us Nancy Vera and Matthew Ruiz from Access to Independence. I first learned of the services that they're providing to San Diego and beyond when I learned that one of ABLT's clients had gotten some technology from them. And everything that they do, everything that they offer, from the art classes to assistive technology to, assistance with food, has really been instrumental in a lot of the people that we've been able to serve with the Bridge Project. I was joking earlier before we got started. I feel like Matthew is my best friend because we talk so often, and we've been able to do a lot of good things together for clients for Bridge. And then again, as I said, with A Better Life Together. Just super excited to have you all here this morning. We're going to do our COVID clap again. That just means this hand doesn't touch this hand. If you all want to wave them. Welcome, Nancy. Welcome, Matthew. So happy to have you all today.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing?
Thank you for
My name is
having
Matthew
us.
Ruiz, and I'm the Assistive Technology Coordinator at Access to Independence. And then Nancy Vera is the Program Manager here at Access to Independence. So I'm going to start off by sharing the presentation today. This is our Assistive Technology Program and also just our general services that we offer within the presentation as well. So continue. As I said before, my name is Matthew Ruiz. I am the Assistive Technology Coordinator at Access to Independence.
Alrighty. Thanks,
And
Matt,
then,
for sharing.
oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes. Thanks.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome. And then
right.
Nancy Vera is the Mission Valley Program Manager here at Access to Independence.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna jump into the more general services and discuss us as a Center for Independent Living, and then Matthew's gonna focus more on the AT portion and the AT services that we offer as well. So who we are, we're a Center for Independent Living. We're a non-residential cross-disability nonprofit corporation, and we provide services to people with disabilities to help maximize their independence and fully integrate into their communities. These services are required to be consumer driven. So the person receiving the services is determining how the services are received. Our mission statement for Access to Independence is to promote the full participation of people with disabilities to help maintain, sustain, and maximize independence. We have branch in Mission Valley area, and that covers most of San Diego, except the North County portion, which is covered by the Escondido office. We also have an office in El Centro covering Imperial Valley, and in Honolulu, Hawaii also. And the services are pretty similar across the branches as well. So if someone calls for services, they basically would be referred to their most local branch. How to access services. You become a consumer. We basically go through our policies and procedures and make sure you understand, our Center for Independent Living, that we are consumer driven. You are an individual with a disability, and do you have a service do we have a service that can you? As Melissa was noting, the different kind of technology programs that we offer, if that's something that would be beneficial. There is an independent living plan, and that would help us to focus on goals to maintain independence. And that is an optional plan that can either be developed or waived. But it is to help the individual as far as building structure around the goals and the different skills that the individual wants to access and build. Um, Currently, we are mailing and emailing for the intake documents, and we're doing all of our work right now virtually. So working from home, all of our phone calls are going to our voicemail, or we're able to pick up through our app. And we can do the intake through the phone. We could do it through Zoom. We can send out the documents through DigiSigner to get signed, or mail them out as well as is another option. How are we funded? There are 28 independent living centers in California, and the funding comes through federal funding through Health and Human Services, through the Administration for Community Living, or ACL. We also have some funding that's passed through the state of California through Department of Rehabilitation, and also some foundation grants, corporate donations, and then we also have some fee-for-service contracts at some of our branches.
Okay, so what is assistive technology? So assistive technology is any piece or item of equipment, software program, or product system that can be used to increase, maintain, or improve the functional capabilities of a person with disabilities. Examples of this include no tech, low tech, and high tech. So no tech being something that we may all use currently right now. That's pencil grips, Post-it notes, tactile letters, magnifying bars. Low tech would include buzzers, talking calculators, MP3 players, electronic organizers, lights. And then high tech would be, computerized testing, speech recognition software, word processors, and, power wheelchairs and things that just use a lot more of the technology part. Funding for technology. So we do have two ways of acquiring, or two funding sources for technology here at Access. It is CARES through our COVID relief funds. So if the consumer was trying to attend our workshops virtually, they have a chance to maybe see if they qualify for a laptop or tablet to attend through Zoom. We are still currently doing our workshops, what we get into a little bit later. But that would be the way they qualify for COVID relief funds as far as technology goes. And then the AT funds, or 7Cs funds here at Access to Independence for technology, would be communication devices related to laptops, low vision devices, hearing devices, communication softwares. Is the consumer attending school, virtual doctor's appointments, looking for employment, connecting with a virtual day center? These are all potential qualifications for the consumer to be able to access funds from Access to Independence's 7Cs funds. And then the other one is durable medical equipment. We do offer funding for durable medical equipment. So ramps, shower benches, grab bars, fees for AT devices, and also repairs on current durable medical equipment items. And we really look at to see if the item can be covered by insurance, or can consumer cover costs out of pocket. Most of our consumers are on a fixed income, so it really is like the last ditch effort to try to see if they can qualify for some funding here. And then support for clients to navigate how to use technology would be the one-on-one support. So if the consumer was to receive a tablet, a laptop through us, or any sort of piece of technology, I do help with one-on-one support, whether that be using the internet, getting set up with some internet, sending emails, using any of Office 365's software, general computer questions. Definitely offer that one-on-one support to those consumers who are in need of it. And then some later ongoing technology workshops that I'm still currently working on are the technical skills workshop and a Zoom practice workshop. And then the services we offer here at Access to Independence are, if you want to take it away, Nancy.
Sure. And just to review further services that we offer, the services include information and referral. For example, if we have an individual who calls and maybe has a legal issue, we may not be able to have someone work on that with the individual if we don't have an attorney on hand. We don't have attorney services, but we can refer to Disability Rights California or Legal Aid, for example. Advocacy, as far as getting advocacy with maybe finding out about tenant laws, finding out about kind of different rights in your home, peer counseling, providing that support for an individual and sharing, staff person sharing their personal kind of experience and navigating maybe through a system, for example, in-home support services, or maybe for an IEP. Independent living skills training includes different workshops we offer. And we'll go through in the next slide, we have a couple of workshops that we're currently offering. Assistive technology is what Matthew covered earlier, the different funding sources and the different supports we can offer, as well as the transition programs. This includes transitioning, so an individual who is in a skilled nursing facility, transitioning back into the community and receiving support with that transition, as well as youth services. So individuals who are ages 14 to 24, accessing services for becoming independent, different workshops and whatnot, and working with the youth services coordinator. As far as the services we have right now, we have the Living Well in the Community workshop. The workshop includes different resources and examples of healthy eating and maintaining good communication, different kind of skills building. And it is a nice environment because it is a group environment. So individuals are able to share resources and share experiences. It is curriculum based. So there is some curriculum that's offered and worksheets that are also offered. All of that is through Zoom right now. The emergency preparedness workshop covers it's different resources for preparing for an emergency and different information, as well as a personal assessment if the individual participating chooses to work on this one-on-one with the services coordinator. And that's an opportunity for that individual to say, this is where I live in San Diego. What might impact me and what will I do in the event of an emergency? And through SDGE and E, we're able to provide emergency preparedness kits as well. And those right now are dropped off through a contactless drop-off at individuals' homes. We also have an art workshop. That one is very, very exciting, very fun. Through Zoom, we're able to merge with the Escondido branch to provide it to all of San Diego, providing art supplies to those who are participating. And then we'll do an interactive activity, either something that's led through video or a volunteer or a consumer volunteer will have a piece that they share, and then we work on our projects together. And then right now we also have CARES funding for those who have been impacted by COVID. It could be any kind of financial kind of impact or difficulty obtaining groceries or kind of different items. And on our website, we went ahead and wrote our website, www.accesstoindependence.org. All of our most current services, as well as the CARES funding and the COVID-19 eligibility, and all of that is listed on the website as well. All right,
Any questions on the presentation?
All right, so we have one question in the chat. It is, what is the intake process and what should an individual expect to provide or discuss?
So during the intake, we basically go through all of the services that we offer, and that way the individual is aware of everything that's offered. We go through rights and responsibilities, including, the HIPAA and our confidentiality policy, any consent to release forms that need to be filled out would be completed ahead of time. You know, if someone's maybe looking for support with advocating with a landlord, or maybe if someone is looking for, you know, purchasing an item through a vendor, we would want to make sure that those consent forms are filled out ahead of time. And then creating, like we said, the independent living plan if the individual chooses. So creating goals and that they agree, this is the goal I want to work on with the services coordinator.
Awesome. And our next question is, with peer counseling, are you connecting them with outside sources, or is that something that you provide?
So with peer counseling, it would be a peer support. So for example, if an individual, you know, shares maybe they're trying to get connected with disability support services on campus, a staff person could offer that they have gone through this process as far as make sure you're completing these forms on time. This is how you get in touch with the disability support services on campus. So that's just one example of sharing that, you know, one-on-one support. Our Escondido office also has a peer support group. And so in that one, there is that opportunity to be in a group and have that peer support.
All right. And how does one become eligible for this program? Is this open to anyone, or are there certain restrictions?
So,
Go ahead,
oh,
Matthew.
I was gonna say, depending on, you know, does the consumer have a disability? Do we have the service that can benefit them? Is really whether or not, you know, they want to go ahead and access our services through that way. If they, you know, if they have a disability, or they want to work on something, or they see a service that, you know, we can provide them that would benefit them in completing a goal, is really what we look at.
Okay.
Matthew, along the same line, I have a question.
Good.
As far as for eligibility, documentation of the disability, what does that look like? So we can, you know, we would prepare someone to have such and such document. You know.
So we don't receive any documentation or proof that you do have a disability. It's kind of just a self-reported. We don't require that you do send in any medical documents.
Okay, great. Thank you.
No problem.
Awesome. And then the next question is, are your workshops offered publicly?
The consumer, well, the workshops have to be done by a consumer. So they would have to become a consumer to access our workshops. They can bring a caregiver if they do need extra assistance with trying to get on Zoom. So if they are a consumer, they can access them, and they can also bring somebody who is helping them with getting logged on if they can't themselves.
Got it. And then the next and last question is Regional Center involved in funding?
We're not funded through Regional Center, but we do work with Regional Center as a partner. Some of our consumers actually overlap, and they receive different services either at Regional Center or through us as well.
Awesome. So far, that's all of the questions in the chat box, but the floor is open to anyone else who has other questions. Oh, next one. Are you guys a private company?
No, we're a nonprofit corporation, so it's public.
All right, I think that's it for the chat box. Oh, last one. How much do your services cost?
These services are free.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And how can we access them?
Matthew, I think the last slide has our contact information. And so it would be, there it is. So you can call us directly. If it's more general, you can reach out to me, and then I can connect you with the right staff person. And then Matthew's contact is also listed, 619-704-2439. Would be for assistive technology services directly. That's his direct line.
All right, and then that goes with the next question. Who do we contact to get more information? And their information is on the slide.
Did we have any more questions? Anyone want to pop on camera, type in the chat? Going once, going twice.
I just want to thank Nancy and Matthew for presenting. That was some great information. I love that you're nonprofit and the services are free to the individuals. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having us on.
Thank you for having us. Absolutely.
Age ranges.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one more question. Age ranges. We are in the midst of a transition in high school. I know there are different individuals for different age groups. If you'll share that, Matthew.
So with youth, it is specifically from 14 through 24, but all the other services are through any age. So if you can have any age, a disability as well, but specifically for the youth transition, it is 14 through 24.
Okay, she says that her son is 15.
Mm-hmm. So in that case, she would connect with Ryan, our youth transition coordinator. So I can go ahead and just really quick type in the chat his information. Or you can contact Nancy, like she said, and you can go ahead and just get transferred to him directly if that's something you want to do as well.
She said, thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
Hi, Matthew. Hi, Nancy. I'm Regina. I wanted to go back to when we were discussing about assisted devices, technology devices for individuals. We were going back to the funding source where individuals for virtual medical appointments. What does that look like? Is that a laptop type of thing that you can get them?
So yes, if they would have to justify which one they would benefit more, because some people don't know how to use tablets, and then some people are very new to laptops as well. Just trying to see which one works for them. If they need extra support with trying to get connected with the tablet, they can call me. We can have some one-on-one support, and we can go ahead and get them set up with everything. And if they also need some low-income internet, there is a program called the Digital Access Project that helps consumers try to get set up with some low-cost internet.
Perfect. That's what I was going to get to next. Also, internet access.
Mm-hmm.
So digital access. Okay. And all they got to do is just contact you, and then you'll get them all set up and started and see what's best for them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We do an assessment. So it's kind of like determining what areas they would, like to need help in. And then if they need internet, that's where I would go ahead and see if we can get them connected with the right people to set them up there.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Again, Matthew, Nancy, we just really appreciate you all presenting for our Wednesday webinar series today. We thank you for coordinating services with us over these last few months. I just appreciate everything that you've done, Matthew. I know our clients do as well with the Bridge and the people we serve with ABLT as well. I am looking forward to hearing more from you all again. This recording will be available by Friday. We'll also have slides available and any other handouts from Access to Independence that they'd like to share on our resources page. So if there's anything that you missed, if you want to capture their contact information, all of that will also be available on our resources page. Everyone will love the slides to review. Yes, they will be available. Slides are always available the Friday after our Wednesday webinar on our resources page. You can just go to abetterlifetogether.org/resources, and you can download those from there. So again, we are so excited about this series. Next week, just want to share, we will be hearing from Open Heart Leaders. April Laster, the CEO of Open Heart Leaders, will be talking to us about mental health and why it is important to pay attention to your mental health as a parent of an individual with a disability, as well as those individuals with disabilities and how they've been serving the community during the COVID-19 pandemic, before and during. So we're looking forward to that as well. Again, we just want to give another COVID clap to say thanks to Access to Independence. I also saw some of your other colleagues pop in. So thank you all for joining our Wednesday webinar. Thank you to those of you all who are attending from A Better Life Together. Those of you all who came in through our Facebook, we appreciate you. And we will see you all next week at 10 a.m. sharp. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks again.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Have a good one.
Thank you.